Tens of thousands of families unable to pay their rent due to COVID hardships could soon face eviction. Thanks for being here. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. It is now 6 o'clock. Our state's eviction moratorium expires at midnight. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live along Harbor Island to explain what will be happening. Good morning, Dana Marie.
Good morning, Eric and Neda. Now, the issue here is if you are a renter unable to pay due to COVID-related issues, you did have protections. But starting tonight at midnight, those are completely taken away, and landlords could evict you.
And I pray to God that they'll do something for this program, that they'll do something for our people, because this was supposed to help people, not have people like this.
Now, we just heard from Imperial Beach resident Patricia Mendoza, still waiting for $9,000 in rental assistance from the state. The mother of two has already received an eviction lawsuit from her landlord. Currently, there are more than 85,000 rental households who applied for COVID rental assistance from the state, but they're still waiting on answers. Experts say it's highly unlikely that the state is going to be able to get through all of these applications by June 30th. That's tonight. So that means people will be waiting in line and they will expose to evictions. Now, several nonprofits dedicated to protecting renters are not keeping quiet. They filed a lawsuit against the state to challenge more than 150,000 denials for rent relief, which is about 1 out of every 3 applicants. This nonprofit shares that tenants are not giving reasons why they're not having this rental assistance or they're being denied, so it's hard to have that appeal process. Now, CBS 8 reached out to the state to see if the current eviction moratorium protection for applications could be extended beyond July 1st, but we haven't received any response from the state yet. So right now, at midnight, that's when landlords will be able to give eviction notices to their tenants if they have not paid due to COVID-related incidents. For any further information, you could head to CBS8.com, click that help button, and they'll have resources for you. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from downtown San Diego.
Dana Marie, thank you. And we should point out renter protections will still be in effect in the city of San Diego. So if you live in the city limits, you do have to notify your landlord in writing by July 7th that you cannot pay rent because of financial hardship from the pandemic. You will still owe the money that you don't pay. The city's no-fault eviction moratorium is also still in effect, and that means your landlord cannot kick you out for something that's not your fault, like if they want to sell the home. This morning, we are getting a look at how much rent has increased here in San Diego, so take a look at these numbers. According to apartmentlist.com, rent increased 2.3%. That's in 1 month, 19.4% compared to last year. And the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment right now is over $1,900, about $2,500 for a 2-bedroom. Also this morning, the state auditor reviewing SDG&E's increasing rates. Many of you have been amped up about these expensive bills, and CBS 8 found San Diegans pay the highest electricity rates in the entire country. The state auditor will also examine the process in which the California Public Utilities Commission approves those rates for SDG&E. The audit will take about 7 months.
Today's sentencing is scheduled for the man who fatally struck a father and son in Poway while driving under the influence of drugs. Donald Farmer pleaded guilty to 2 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated and 1 count of driving without a license. He was 19 at the time of the crash. He now faces between 4 and 8 years in prison. A man is in jail this morning accused of killing his father-in-law and brother-in-law in Valley Center. 44-year-old Christian Bobila is pleading not guilty to murder charges. Prosecutors described the killings of Vicente and Vincent Reyes Sunday night as brutal executions. Bobila was denied bail and is set to be back in court in September. The Sheriff's Department has implemented mandatory overtime to address staffing shortages, and this morning it's costing a lot of taxpayer money. The department has paid $10.8 million in overtime so far this year. Last year, they paid $33 million. We've also learned the county has paid $113 million in total overtime to deputies since 2019. A spokesperson says management has cut down on overtime abuses and has implemented new programs, like allowing retired deputies to return to work.
The Supreme Court making history this morning. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be sworn in as the first black woman to sit on the nation's top court. She will replace Justice Stephen Breyer, who's retiring. Breyer has served on the court for more than 27 years and is one of 3 liberal-leaning justices. Meantime, the Supreme Court could decide on the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy today. It forces asylum seekers to wait in Mexico for their hearings in U.S. immigration court. President Biden stopped the policy on his first day in office, but then a federal judge forced him to reinstate it, so it's back in place right now. The court is expected to start releasing its final rulings at 7 o'clock this morning. And here this morning, we have an answer about those mysterious lights that were seen in the sky this week.
Yeah, the Coast Guard just got back to us saying those lights were not UFOs, but they're flares dropped from a Navy C-130 plane. It was all part of a training exercise near San Clemente Island. They say the lights may have lingered as long as they did because they were attached to parachutes. So there you have it. They're working on practicing, trying to light up the water or other land areas for searches and everything, and that's why they were going in and out there. All right, if you're going to be heading to the San Diego County Fair, folks, we want to meet you today.
Yes, Eric and I will be at the CBS 8 pop-up newsroom when the fair opens this morning. So you see that on the bottom of your screen there, just by the Bing Crosby Hall. We want you to come say hello. Let us know what's on your mind. Take some pictures together. We always love to meet people who are viewers of this show. So please come on down. The fair opens at 11 a.m. Comedian Gabriel Iglesias, by the way, he will headline on the Corona Grandstand stage at 7:30. The fair runs only until Monday. We're running out of time. 4th of July will be its official last day. So yeah, join us.
Yeah, come on down, hang out. We'll exchange some story ideas. You can tell us what's on your mind. We'll do a little handshake. They gave us these little poster card things to hand out. I always feel weird giving these things out, don't you?
I mean, I don't know who wants one of mine, but
I want one.
We will have them.
Yeah, we're gonna have these to pass out if you want to put
I
this
got like
somewhere.
a stack of 200. I don't know what to do with them, so please come if you want one.
They make
We'll
great
sign
paper
it.
airplanes too for the kiddos. So there you go.
Fun to play
Looking
Frisbee.
forward to seeing
I don't
everybody.
know.
You have a stack of 199 by the time I'm done with both of
There you
those.
go.
There we go.
I'll sign one for you right now, pal.
It's 6:07 right now. We're looking live outside at a gloomy start to the morning along the immediate coastline. That marine layer is quite active. As we look at your satellite radar imagery, we've seen those clouds start to drift onshore, and the closer look at San Diego County specifically shows how those clouds have built in just further off to the east of the 5. Going into the next couple days, the next couple mornings specifically, we're going to see that expand farther off to the east. So shouldn't be a big surprise if, as we head into your Saturday and Sunday mornings, we see that cloud layer pushing all the way through areas like Ramona, even your eastern valleys, because it's just going to increase in its intensity and its depth over the next couple of days toward your 4th of July. It's not going to stop, though. Your inland valleys from warming up quite a bit this afternoon. Still going for the upper 80s out there. Partial cloud cover along with the mountaintops in the mid 80s. 109 for the deserts. The coastline is the place to find some relief. 74 degrees with AM clouds that are pretty dense to start off the day, and then PM sunshine in the mix. When we look at our departure from normal, keep in mind earlier this week, the inland valleys of Ramona, for example, were about 12 to 15 degrees warmer than average. So now we're cooling down because cooling has started and it really began yesterday. And although it is still warm outside, we're seeing that incremental drop in temperatures. So in turn, we're only going to be about 3 degrees warmer than average for Ramona. Borrego Springs will be about 3 degrees warmer than average, and San Diego itself only about a degree above that average marker. So you see how each day moving forward, those temperatures will drop. We'll start to see an influx of those clouds, especially toward the coastline. And then as we go into your afternoon hours, sunshine will prevail. Temperatures will likely peak in the low 80s, which is cooler than average by the time we get into the weekend and your 4th of July itself. So it will be a beautiful weekend ahead, but we'll finally start to see these cooler temperatures, a little bit more June gloom in the mix for the final day today, and then maybe even into the start of July. It's 6:09 right now, and if you're hitting the road this holiday weekend, we want you to listen up. These are the worst and best times to travel according to AAA. So you want to keep on top of these. You may be able to avoid a little bit of traffic. So you want to avoid late afternoon and early evening times. Instead, hit the road early in the day or later at night. The good news is AAA says Sunday and Monday should be smooth sailing. You see the worst times here for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then the best times they could be leaving before 7 a.m., after 8 p.m. Looks like, again, the earlier in the morning or the later at night you go, the less trouble you're going to run into. Back to you guys.